I'm not worried about other people's business because I know that I'm a hot mess and I gotta get myself together. You know, I gotta get myself together. Hey, in my Mary Mary voice. What's up? It is Millie here, and thank you for tuning in to Car Chats with Millie. You are tuned into a girl talk / chit chat. And so basically for today, I wanted to discuss the topic of stop worrying about other people's opinions. Stop trying to seek approval from other people, because most of the time, these people that you're trying to seek approval from, they may not even have it all together either, you know? And then we got to ask ourselves, why are we trying to seek other people's approval and opinions and all that stuff in the first place, you know? So, before we get into this video though, if you do like it when we get done, make sure that you hit that notification bell, that you subscribe, because we do a lot of different things on this channel and Girl Talks are one, okay? So, I got some notes because I want to make sure that I stay on topic, because I can go off on this tangent and be talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with the topic that I said I was going to talk about. So I want y'all to stay with me now. So I'm going to keep myself on track with these notes. So, okay, so one, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I feel like a lot of women my age, heck, any age really, young men, a lot of people struggle with this. And, you know, while I understand why, because of just the culture that we live in, and in a sense, it does kind of feel like a sense of entitlement to a certain extent, like where people feel entitled. And when I say a sense of entitlement, people feel entitled to your time. People feel entitled to your business. People feel entitled to know everything that's going on with your life. When my thing is you paying me? Is you bae? Is you know, what are you bringing over here that you need to know all my business and that I need to know all your business, because I don't need to know all your business, okay? And another part of this, like, I'm not concerned about other people's business, because I personally feel like I can never tell somebody what to do with their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has their own different journey, their own different process, and who am I to, like, judge how another person is dealing with something, or even whatever the situation is, because sometimes we have to go through things and learn stuff out for our own. I know I have, you know what I'm saying? I've had to learn things the hard way. And you know, some situations I've brought on to myself, some, you know, I do feel like God be trying to test me with certain things. And at the end of the day, like, I just feel like I can't judge somebody else's walk, you know? And so that's why I'll never get on here and try to come off as preachy or whatever the case may be. I'm just sharing what works for me, period. And that's on period, okay? That's on period. So we're gonna take a little step back, rewind, okay? So when I was in my early 20s, basically, I went through this period of where, one, it was a strange little time in my life, because when you're growing up, whatever setting it is, it can be kind of tough sometimes, because you are figuring yourself out, and then you are, not saying everybody, but I'm just speaking for myself once again, you're trying to figure out who you are in this world, basically, you know? And I felt like I was easily swayed, or to be somebody that I wasn't, or to you know, just give all of myself to people, and I didn't have a lot left for me in the end, you know? And so when I was in school, it was like, you know, I was in these different organizations, and I you know, would spend time. It was weird, okay, because I used to be a really private person, and then, you know, whenever I was around different people, you know, I would confide in these people, and I would tell them, and I would overshare a lot of my business, and looking back now, I realized, like, one, why was I telling everybody my business? Like, why was I telling everybody and their mama my business? Because nobody needed to know some of the stuff that I done told these people, right? And everybody does not have your best interest in mind, unfortunately. And I felt like I was personally getting caught up in just feeling like I kind of, in so many words, like I really felt like I had to like prove myself to people, you know? Which was dumb because like a lot of the people that I was trying to prove myself to, like when I really sit back and look at it, like these people had the same type of issues that I was dealing with. But you know, people like to try to kind of sit on a pedestal or act like they don't ever have any issues or have anything going on in their lives, you know, but are quick to judge the next person, you know? And so I basically learned in that season that I did not need to overshare, you know? I literally was telling everybody everything, like, and now it's like, one, our brains, we don't need to know what everybody else is doing. I don't need to know that your auntie's cousin's son's baseball game is on the 28th of March. Like, I don't need to know unless it's relevant to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to the game, that's one thing, but like people just like will share stuff. And that was just an example. It may not have been a good example, but like people just be oversharing unnecessary information, you know? And I find now, so now because I realized that, you know, when I was sharing this stuff and confiding in some of these people, that's why now I'm just more, I'm back to my privateness, because one, it is important to discern who you can share things to and what you share, because once again, like I was saying, like everybody may not always have your best interests at heart, unfortunately. But I basically realized now, since I am at a place where I don't feel the need to have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel the need to have to tell everybody what is going on in my life, because some things are meant for only me to know, only God to know. And then when it's other people are supposed to know, then that's when it can be shared, you know? But now it gets to the point where if you are a private person, you know, a lot of times people will try to fill in the blanks, you know, and people will try to fill in the gaps of what you're not telling them. And don't know jack diddly squat. Don't know jack diddly squat about your life. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to really get to a place of where I had to stop worrying about the fact that some people may not ever know the true story, or may not know what really happened or what is going on in your life, because you're not telling them stuff. And also realize that a lot of these people that are seeking to know all this unnecessary information, they're seeking it because they just being messy, or they just, you know, I use this as an example, like these celebrities. Why do you feel like so many people follow celebrities and what they're doing and how they're doing it? Because it's a distraction. It's literally a distraction. Like, people will follow their lives so they don't have to address the stuff that's going on in their lives, you know? And so that's why I try not to worry when people do that to me, because I realize that it's coming from a place where they internally haven't dealt with something. And, you know, I can't focus so much on the fact that like this person feels some type of way about what it is that I'm choosing to do, or what I choose not to do, or the fact that, you know, I have boundaries and I have, I'm trying to seek, you know, having a balance in my life. Like, some people will get upset with you just because of whatever they have made up in their head about you, you know? And not to say that if people have certain thoughts about whatever, that it's all wrong. I'm not saying that, but 9 times out of 10, most of the time people really don't know what's going on, you know? And so I think we're just quick as a society to like judge a person and judge that person's walk, and we really don't know the half of it, you know? I see a lot of people that deal with things that you would never even know that are going through that, you know? But I think too, social media, I know I always talk about social media, but this is because it's true. Like, social media has made it to where people really do feel entitled to your time. They feel entitled to knowing things about you, and if you don't put it on social media, then it's not a real thing. If you don't share certain things with them, then people assume, and like I said, fill in the blanks. And so I realized I just can't get caught up in that, because if I get caught up in worrying about all of that stuff, I'm gonna go crazy, because somebody is always going to have an opinion about something. Somebody's always going to think that they know you, and you cannot worry about those people, right? And this is how we end up like spreading ourselves thin, because we feel like I have to be doing what this person is doing to seem successful, or I have to do what this person is doing to look successful, or whatever it is. And boo, let me tell you something. No. You need to be you, because one, there's only one you, and you can't do what that other person is doing, because you not them and they not you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the same capacity as Beyonce at the moment. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future I will. So I can't do everything that, I can't try to be Beyonce, because I'm not Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And when we try to do things and be things that we're not, that's how we end up spreading ourselves thin. And that's how we end up getting caught in the foolishness, because we start to compare ourselves and we feel like we're not doing as much, or we're whatever. And that's why, like I was saying earlier, like, everybody has their own journey, and I can't be so concerned with other people's journey that I miss out on, you know, the things that I'm supposed to learn in mine and my own blessings, you know? Because when you're worried about other people's business, you miss out on your own blessings, because you focus on the wrong stuff. You focus on the wrong things, you know? And I just look at it like this. Like, I have to know myself. I have to know my own capacity. And I have to be in control of the things that I can be in control of. And one thing that I can't ever control is other people and what they do. So if a person is feeling some type of way about you, or they don't like how you live in your life, then, oh well, you know, you got to ask yourself, like, how is this helping me? You know, like, what about this person, why am I so worried about what this person feels about me when they're really not contributing to anything over here? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was cause I just get really irritated. Like, I just get really irritated with social media, and just like, I talk about this a lot because it's annoying, because we stay trying to compare people's stories and struggles and whatever the case may be. And it was this post on Instagram that was talking about, y'all know I love Instagram University, because it was saying how basically like, a person that drowned in 10 feet of water and a person that drowned in 6 feet of water, like, they still drowned. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't compare, like, oh, well, this person didn't have it like me. Because I think that's one of the biggest things, especially in the Black community. Like, that's why we can't unite sometimes, is because, like, we feel like, oh, this person didn't get it as bad as me, or this person didn't do this as me. And so it's almost like people are wanting you to suffer just the same way that they suffered, but then at the same time, they really don't even know how much you suffered if you ain't never told them how much you suffered. And even if you do tell them, they still may feel like you hadn't been through nothing, or you hadn't whatever. We shouldn't be caught up in that, because one, my thing is, we really should strive for healing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see my brothers and sisters struggling. And it shouldn't be a competition as to who has been through more than the other person anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all hurt, and we all deal with things differently. Like, God takes us through, I personally believe he takes us through different things differently, and he knows our capacity. Like the Bible says, like, he won't put more on us than we can bear. And that may look different for every individual. So I just personally can't get caught up in worrying about that, you know? So with that being said, I just want to make sure there wasn't anything else I wanted to touch on with this. So this is why we have to take care of ourselves, because you don't want to look years down the road and you're stressed out, you're comparing yourself because you feel like you didn't do what this person did or what that person did. Like, once again, your journey is your journey for a reason, and what I'm concerned about is that I'm walking in my purpose and doing what the Lord told me to do, because that's gonna look different than your purpose and what he's told you to do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if God is pleased and you know that you're doing what you need to do, don't worry about everybody else. Now granted, yes, of course we can all work on ourselves, we can work to be better, but like, don't compare your story to other people's stories, okay? Because you are you, and somebody's always gonna judge you for the things that you do. And if you constantly get upset with people doing that, then you're always gonna be caught in this bubble of foolishness, because you're letting people take you out of yourself and out of your peace because of what other people think, you know? And it's one thing, like, this is something I really get irritated about, like, especially sometimes as Christians, like, we're quick to judge another person's sin or judge what a person's doing, and God looks at all of it the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not a matter of trying to say, oh, you know, that you shouldn't strive to be better, but like, just think about that before you look at, or before you try to compare whatever the next person is doing, because most of the people that, like I said, are trying to figure out what's going on in your life, they don't even know what's going on in their own life. So you appear upset that this person feels some type of way about you, and they don't even know how they feel about themselves, because they ain't even dealing with their feelings. Okay, so I'd rather deal with my feelings, even if I am a hot mess, admit that I'm a hot mess, and tell other people, yes, I'm a hot mess. And if you feel some type of way about it, then that's on you. You know, at least I can admit that I'm a hot mess so I can work on it. I'm not worried about other people's business, because I know that I'm a hot mess and I gotta get myself together. You know, I gotta get myself together. Hey, in my Mary voice. I think I'm gonna cut this off, because I hope that this was helpful. And I don't feel like I talked about, and I may have left some things out because I feel like my thoughts were a little bit jumbled, but you know, I hope that you all got something out of this. And if I do need to do a part 2, I definitely will, because this is a topic that, you know, I feel like could be discussed for a long amount of time, but I don't want to make this video too long. So, one, just thank you for tuning in. And like I said, stop worrying about these folks. Like, what they say about the 3 F's, which we're not gonna say that because one of them's a cuss word, but if they not feeding you, they not financing you, if they not your significant other, if you have one, like, whatever, you know, don't worry about how other people view you, okay? Walk in your purpose and walk in your light, and the right people will be attracted to that because they know that you are authentically being yourself. And yes, of course, like, not saying just be out here just walking around looking like who did it and why. Like, yes, let's have some morals, let's have some standards, you know, but that may look different for different people, you know. So that's why I can't judge the next person or their journey. All I can do is, you know, if I feel so bad about whatever it is that another person is doing, I can just be an example, and people can choose whether or not they rock with it or not. And that's just what it boils down to. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more girl chats, car chats like this. So thanks.